You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Miriam Gonzalez and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Mixology After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Mixology After Show.
Oh, yeah.
Girl, you dance real close. Why? I can't believe you chose this.
This is the jam. This is the jam. And
I know,
it's appropriate for tonight's episode of Mixology, ABC's Mixology. Season 1, Episode 2, Liv and Ron. And how appropriate is this song not for it?
I'm loving it. I'm feeling it.
Because, you know, there's a whole bunch of wanting to smash and hook up.
And it's just me and you in the booth. I feel like you try to kind of plan this.
We're excited. They're excited.
You're starting a little chemistry here right now with us.
You know? We're jamming.
Or maybe I'm by myself on this one.
We don't mix business with pleasure. But
That's right.
We'll talk about that later. Anyhow,
Business.
Tonight, speaking of business, let's get down to business. As there was a lot of pleasure going on, or wanting of pleasure, on tonight's episode. The episode's called Liv and Ron. And it was funny because last week we left off with them, you know, him going outside of the bar. He's already thrown up in Jessica's purse. He's
having a rough day.
He's having like the absolute worst day ever.
Yeah.
And we find out a little bit of history about Ron tonight. And I like how they give backstory.
I love it.
Like, this is their childhood. This is who they are. This is what they do. And you can see how they're starting to, how they can actually stretch out the night based on, okay, this is who this individual is. And so tonight we find out that Ron, you know, grew up in a kind of like a drunken home.
Right.
And, you know, party
Snobby,
animal.
snoozy home.
Snoozy home, but they weren't exactly, oh yeah, by the way, hi, I'm Miriam, and here's my awesome distraction.
Hey, I'm Stefan, and I tend to distract women.
You know, it was the music. That happens. When
It does.
When a good jam is on, I'm like, you know, a squirrel.
We zoned in.
Yeah, we zoned in on
good.
into the show. But yes, we're here tonight.
So yeah, Liv and Ron, Stefan and Miriam.
Yes.
We're kind of involved in this whole concept that they're showing here.
We're
I like
part
that.
of the mixology.
We
We're part of
are.
the mix of mixology. And so, you know, we see that Ron's parents really weren't exactly the
wealthiest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they tried to like portray that wealth.
Yeah.
They sent Ron to one of the best or more prestigious boarding schools, and they couldn't afford it, is what they told us, which is it's funny. It's funny, his life. So he's a poor kid at a rich kid's school.
But he learned how to manage and make it work for him. You know, it's funny because you could see he had like the BMX bike.
Yeah.
And then they had like the fancy bikes, but he hustles them out of it. And he grows up learning based on that environment, how to make it and how to fake it and make it.
Yeah.
And he faked it so well that he lost everything because he wasn't that bright as far as investing what his investors invested in him with.
Yeah, I mean, they actually say he had a startup company with no financing, no concept, and no clue.
Yeah.
So he's just a very good talker, and he basically can talk mainly women, but anybody into anything.
It's the British accent. He's very, very exotic and a fairy
Super
tale.
charming.
I mean, first, Liv, when she gets back to sitting with Maya at the bar,
Yeah.
the excitement of her meeting Ron was just beyond cute.
I think that whole accent is just unfair. It's such an advantage for these guys and girls too.
You're in LA. Practice. You'll have it too.
I should practice my British
You
accent.
can pick up a dialect here.
People think I'm French because my name's Stefan. I'm like, I need to start. Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui, monsieur. Oui, oui.
Did that work? Did that
It's
work?
hot. It
Okay,
works.
all
It
right,
works. But no, she was cute. Liv was like, he smells like a castle, you know, and he could be royal, but he's more like a spy.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's something about when you meet someone and there's that intrigue and yumminess. And
Yeah,
you get all excited. And we find out she's never felt the pitter patter.
Yeah. She's safe choice Liv. She never does anything out of the ordinary for her whole life.
And everything is so nonchalant. You know, she says, and we find out, you know, her backstory. Here she is. She's this little kid that had the most peaceful birth. She never cried until she was 7. And then she apologized. And we find that, you know, it's opposites. Her brother was an absolute mess, a train wreck.
Absolutely.
But, you know, she's like baking cakes and
Sure.
playing it safe. Of course, she likes the guy with helmets.
Yeah, the
you know,
safe
on the bike, you know, doing the hand
the
signals as he's
absolute
turning.
dork that no one else would like. It's who she's attracted to.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. Most girls like a bad boy. She's not most girls. She's like, play it safe. And how she describes her getting engaged to Jim was so, by the way.
Yeah, it was so
like,
matter
not
of fact.
exciting.
Just matter of fact. I don't know, though. You said most girls like a bad boy. I think all girls like a bad boy. Mm-hmm. I think even Liv does. She is safety Liz, safety first, and that's been her go-to move. But we're seeing here with Ron, there's something. The pitter-pat happened. She started getting the hot flashes.
She was adorable.
Bad boy showed up, and something awakened in her. So I think all girls like the bad boy.
He's definitely a panty dropper kind of guy. And, you know, when you don't feel that and you feel it.
I like the term panty dropper. I
it's
don't know.
awesome.
I just always look around like,
Who's
did you hear that?
dropping panties? Who's dropping panties? But, you know, she's never felt that before. And how funny. She's like, am I having a stroke?
It's really cool to live through this, pardon the pun, with Liv.
Yeah.
Because she's like living through her first experience of falling in love or, you know, meeting that person that intrigues you. So it's
really
awesome for us.
Yeah, it's not really love. It's just that initial meet.
Yeah.
You know, the excitement of not knowing this sexy ass person that's right across the bar from you or in the room, and you don't really know anything about them, but you want to get to know them.
And you're taking a chance. It's always a risk.
It is.
This is big for her.
It's definitely big for her.
Yeah.
And we see her, we find out, you know, this week that she's engaged, not married.
Yeah.
So she hasn't sealed the deal yet.
Which kind of makes it better.
It does make it better.
I was a little concerned about her, you know.
She's not a cheater.
Yeah.
She's not a cheater. And like, you know, Maya said, it's just a drink.
Sure.
It's just a drink. And we can see that in this episode, her fear of even going there is the fact that the next day she's officially sending out her wedding invitations. That means she is locked in because she's such a goody two-shoe.
Yeah.
There's no turning back.
Right. And
No
this
turning back.
is the last bus stop right now. This is your last opportunity.
Yeah.
Last ditch effort. Are you sure? Press eject. You know, this is it.
Now's your time to run. I mean, for her, now's her time to run.
Right.
And we see why. You know, she meets her fiance Jim.
Yeah.
At a cat adoption, which I love. I love a man that can, you know, that has cats. No, you want to know why?
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I do, actually. No.
You want to know why? Because they're not afraid of independent women.
Okay.
Cats are very independent. You can leave them for 3 days and not have to, you know, worry about them. A dog is more needy. You got to walk it. You got to feed it. You got to love on it.
I hate cats.
I can leave my animals for like 3 days and go to San Diego and come back and they're fine. Can't do that to a dog.
True.
Can't do it to a dog.
That's true.
So anyhow, they meet at a cat adoption. And, you know, he's the safe guy. Loves all her shows. And I love how they said he loves all the same shows that she likes on CBS.
Yeah, they get the CBS comedy lineup.
Yeah.
What a shot they took at CBS. I thought that was a real punch in the face.
You think so?
Absolutely. This is ABC. And this is a comedy on ABC. I said,
or is it
wow.
saying, you know, CBS has some good comedy, you know, shows?
I don't know. I felt like it was kind of a jab. He's the square. He's the safe. He's the dorky guy who thinks that's funny.
Isn't How I Met Your Mother on CBS? I love that show.
I did too. When it was Charlie Sheen's show.
No, not 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men. That's the only one I like.
But How I Met Your Mother with Neil Patrick Harris, such a good one.
See,
you
I don't
know
watch
about slapskipping.
I don't watch How You Think What Met Your Mother. I don't know about the other one, Big Bang. I didn't. Sorry.
It has some great shows on it, so I can see how maybe it was like, you know, a hats off because those are really popular shows. He likes the same shows as her. plays it safe. You know, he's popping wine. He's wearing a Snuggie.
Which is horrible. No grown man should be wearing a Snuggie, period.
You use
All
a
right,
blanket.
Yeah, that's...
Get a blanket. No
or
Snuggie.
anything.
I still
Just
don't
be
get
grown.
Snuggie.
You a man. He ain't that cold, never.
Exactly. You get your woman, you snuggle up.
Yeah.
That's the Snuggie. That's the real life Snuggie.
Your girl is the Snuggie. You don't need a blanket.
No, body heat. I'm all about the body heat.
Girl, you speaking my language. We only 10 minutes in. I'm all ready. Y'all ready?
And we haven't even gotten into the meat and potatoes of everything. But, you know, he's this safe guy that's really dorky. And she's, you know, kind of sweet and dorky, too, in her own way. But I think that there's definitely an intrigue with Ron. And it's funny because she starts to go to him when she takes off her engagement ring. And she's kind of open now to the idea of just having a drink. And then she gets a text from Jim, who, you know, says, you're going to stay out till 10. Do you
Past
want
10.
one latte or two?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. She can marry Jim, you know, and no knock against Jim or guys like Jim out there. She can marry Jim. They probably would have a very good life. It would just be a
Absolutely.
normal life. She'd wake up every morning. He would do his thing and go to work and be secure. She would do her thing and it'd be fine. They'd be fine.
No, they would definitely be fine. And
But who
happy.
wants fine?
I want extraordinary.
Exactly.
I want a man who's a man.
Nobody
like,
wants fine.
handle me.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like a bear.
In
a question
about
for you
20
guys.
minutes.
And
yeah.
also,
Her fiance, do you think he's actually a good guy though? Because when she was saying in the beginning, "Oh, don't watch that show," and it sounded like he hung up on her. Do you think he's like actually good? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously not good for her, but
No, I think he's 100%
he's soft
good,
and vanilla.
good boy. Yeah.
He's as vanilla as vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
no sprinkles. There's no chocolate chips. He's just, which isn't, like you said, it's not
Straight
a
and narrow.
yeah, and it's not a bad thing, but it's something that I think eventually you get bored with.
Sure.
And, you know, you want someone that's exciting, adventurous, and you know, keeps you kind of on your toes a little.
And she works in the sports entertainment industry. There's going to be that option at some point in her life.
There's always something shinier.
Of course, especially with these guys.
Oh, yeah.
The dudes they're working with, you know, you see Maya, I mean, she knocks off a few of them here and there. Keyshawn, he was already a victim. So it can happen to her too.
It can.
Yeah.
It can.
So Liv and Ron, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's nice that, you know, with Liv and Ron, she finally makes a choice, you know, to go and have a drink with him.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Maya calls her out. She's like, you know, this is the life that what does she say? You're boring and
She gave
not
her,
adventurous.
Yeah. She gave
Some
her a
things
bunch
along
of
those
stuff.
lines. And she's like, I've never said that. And she's like, moves on. She's like, kind of, this is what I see of you.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
why not try something new? It doesn't hurt to have a drink with someone.
She was just
You're
pushing
not-
the bird out of the nest. You got to
Yeah.
go ahead and fly on your
Come
own
on,
one
nuzzle
time.
them out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Soar your wings.
Yeah. It's so funny that Maya's sitting there and she's like ordered appetizers and there's something about her that I feel like is intriguing to me. Not just because she's hot, but she's so independent that she can be in this club full of people and she literally doesn't even need Liv.
Yeah.
She can be in that spot alone, have a great time, go home, and needs no one.
I love her. I told you, I am.
She's very intriguing. It's
I'm
interesting.
very Maya in that regard. It's funny because speaking of happy endings, there's a bar in West Hollywood or Hollywood called
Yeah,
Happy
yeah.
Endings. I went and I was like, wow, everyone's 22 here. Wow, because I'm not 22.
Right, you're
And
23.
I was like, thank you. I was like, I'm kind of hungry. I was the only chick at the bar ordering food. I was like, I don't care. I hear you have good pizza. I'm starving and I need this with my cocktail.
Yeah, I get you. There's something incredibly sexy about a woman who orders food, though, and eats it.
Oh, yeah. And she was eating. She wasn't doing dainty
Oh,
things
no.
either. She went straight up.
Two
and-
hands in there.
And they were sliders, but they were giant sliders. I was like, go eat in that cheeseburger. I'm starving right now.
Me too. Get
I'm
it.
like, cheeseburger sounds good. But, you know, she's very independent in that regard. And it's sexy. It's very sexy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
Hats
very
off to
sexy
Maya.
thing. And very exciting news. We're going to have her joining us next week.
Yes.
She'll be joining us.
I'm going to do a lot of non-talking because...
You're going to be doing a lot of drooling. Hello, lady.
She's definitely the hottest person on the show.
Keep your hands out of your pockets, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll keep
Can
my hands. Keep your hands where I can see him, Steph.
Can we talk about creepy Carl for a second?
I love Carl. I love the way they write him in. He's very minimal, barely anything, barely there, but just enough in every little scenario that they show him up in to be creepy Carl.
He's not, I'm guessing just based on his demeanor, he's not a sports agent. I almost want to say, is he Maya's like assistant, Maya's bitch?
Yes.
Because the way that she talks to him, he's always in the room when she's there and when her and Liv are talking. And he always has this creepy stare, and she always references him as, look at Carl. You could be engaged to Carl. Which
is
gets
the
him
worst.
so excited. And then he
my
starts
goodness.
talking about the pitter patter. He's like, my parole officer says that the pitter patter, if it isn't reciprocated, then you're a stalker.
Right. Poor Carl.
Oh, dude. And then
Carl's weird.
And then he's like, can I go dress shopping with you?
Oh my goodness.
Hello, creepy Carl.
He's necessary for the show, though. I love him on the show. His role, Carl,
No,
you do a great
it's
job.
awesome. It's
Yeah.
awesome. And he's got like a pound of donuts in front of him.
Every time. There's always food around. He's always super quiet and just submissive
Yeah.
and emasculated at every
I think he
scene.
likes it.
Yeah.
He must like it. I mean, he's on parole for something. I would be intrigued to find out what it is that he's on parole for.
Yeah, well, he's already mentioned stalking, so
Not probation.
yeah, he's
Parole.
parole.
That's
Jeez.
some.
He's done
heavy.
some time.
Yes, he's done some time.
Creepy Carl is a convict. Jeez.
But so anyhow, it'll be interesting to see what happens with
Yeah.
Liv and Ron and Maya, and how green is Tom now. He's so green. His game. Oh, I just want to like take him in, and I want to be his wingman.
Yeah.
I want to be his wingman. First, he's like standing talking to Cal and Bruce, and he's like, I'm going to Facebook her right now. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you
No
doing?
homo. I got to preface it, but Tom is super cute. He's just a really genuine and cute guy. He really means well.
Yeah.
Always. And it's kind of like Liv and Tom should be together,
Ooh.
They're so perfect. They don't even know each other, but they're perfect.
But, they could meet.
Something could happen by the end of the night.
For all we know, Ron could throw up in Liv's purse too, and then that just sends the story in a totally different direction.
And Tom is kind of in because he's got Maya's number. They've
And-
already made a contact. So.
Yeah, and Mike could be like, "Well, I could set you up. We're doing mini protection, just mini." But anyhow, he's sitting there and he's like, "Can I send her like a funny drink?" And Bruce was like looking at him like, "Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?"
Yeah, he's doing everything wrong for this type of environment, and I just love it. Cal, Bruce, Tom, they got like this sensei Padawan training going on, and,
Yeah, they do.
and they're enjoying it, just as much as they're trying to act like, oh, you're doing it all wrong. But they love teaching. They love kind of training Tom up and
Yeah.
having that Padawan around,
Oh, it's funny because
Oh, yeah.
they're like, there's the wingman and the point man, and then he's like, when do I get to be the point? You will always
You'll
be
always
the
be the
wingman.
wingman.
And he's horrible at it.
Yeah.
He's horrible at it. He's like, what did he say? Did you know that Bruce has a nice body? Why would you say that?
And it's like, I love how they wrote it because he says the nice body comment right when Bruce is doing so well with all those girls. They're all laughing. He's got his hooks in everybody. Bruce has a nice body, and it's
Yeah.
like, wah, wah,
Are you pro-choice?
wah, wah. They should have that sound after
Right?
Tom speaks.
Hey, something about wedges? What was he talking about?
Yeah.
Are you wearing wedges?
And the girls are loving it,
Of course, but then
but that put him in the GFZ.
yes, which is
The gay friend zone, which no one gets out of. The friend zone is already tough. And I understand the friend zone, haven't spent much time there, but I've never been in the gay friend zone, which Cal says Houdini can't get out of the gay friend zone.
no, and that's when you start being a little too metro for your taste buds.
Sure, that's when you're dress shopping.
Yes, that's when you're dress shopping. That's when you're
Oh.
like, I'm sorry, are you wearing Prada or Cindy?
Yeah.
Cynthia Rowley.
See, I don't even know who Cindy O'Reilly is. I'm sure she's probably awesome.
Yeah, she's a great designer. See, you won't wind up in the gay friend zone.
No.
Which is good.
Furthest from it.
Yeah, but I guess he was always trying to please his mother for so long that
Sure.
he knows these types of things. He didn't really have a manly man in his life because his
No.
dad took off in the Trans Am. When
With the mullet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with his curly fro. Love it.
Yeah.
But we see that, he has, taste when it comes to that kind of stuff. And so now they've evolved to Cal and, well, they bench him for one after all of that commentary.
Yeah,
with
the
all
wedges
women.
was it. The GFZ got to go to the bench.
Yeah.
That's a penalty.
Go watch the codes.
Yeah,
Wait, we're wearing our codes. He was definitely ruining their game. And
Yeah.
they had a goal in mind of how many numbers they wanted to get.
Sure,
Now, the
as
expect-
every guy does.
Yeah. I mean, 1 or 2, if you get 5 in a night, that's a really good
That's
night.
an
I think.
incredible night. That's ridiculous. You're really working. Seriously.
You're there from the opening to the close of the bar.
And I'll tell you why you would be really working, because there's no bar big enough for you to get 5 different girls' numbers and another girl not see you get some other girl's number.
True.
So it kind of kills you if you do too much. You want like 2. 3 is like,
Pushing it?
yeah, you've done well. Let's just get out of here while we're good. 5 is a lot.
So is that why guys like bar hopping a lot?
Yeah, you got to move. Hey, if you can move and get a different crowd, it's a totally different ball game. It's like you start from 0 again.
Yeah.
Got a bar hop. That's awesome. Thank you, Roy. Yeah.
Beyond. Oh my God. So we see that with him, kind of after getting benched, he approaches them because I guess maybe he got lonely. And
Yeah.
the wingman now becomes,
The student now becomes the teacher.
yeah, he's now the point man. He goes
Right.
up to the mother, which was part of the rules. If a family member's there, we've got to go.
Yeah.
And he distracts.
A guy who can take out a family member is golden. What they said is very true. Family members, you have to kind of escape because family members kind of are the haters of any type of after activity.
Yeah.
So if there is a family member, eject. But somebody who can deal with a family member, 100% golden. So Tom redeems himself.
I don't even think that I've been out with a family member that wasn't like a cousin my age.
But sometimes even cousins, though,
There's a whole little like,
because they feel protective. So it's like you're feeling the guy, he's vibing with you. You're like, man, if I wasn't with y'all, I'd be leaving with him.
be like,
Yeah. Cousins like,
Gotcha.
don't do that. I'm going to tell Tia or auntie or whoever. And you like, damn it. Why'd you bring your family?
oh my goodness. But, he goes and he distracts the girl's mother.
Yeah.
And,
On the brooch.
is that Celtic?
Yes.
I
My
mean,
mother prefers. I'm like, what?
he just knew it, but he totally got in there so that way they could continue, laying down their game.
Yeah.
And, when all was said and done, we see that they're kind of sitting around talking like Bruce has gotten 0 numbers.
Yep.
Cal's gotten 2. And even Tom's gotten 2.
Yeah.
Now, my question is this. Was the 2 including the mother? Because we saw at the very end that the mother came up to Tom and was like, here's my number. Don't call after 9 p.m. because my husband will answer. And if you want, you can be the girl and I can be the guy. What?
That was incredible. I think that's kind of, I know it was at the end, but they're like throwing in what actually happened
Gotcha.
that we didn't get to see. So yeah, I do think that counts as his second number, which is embarrassing. And I don't know.
The hot chick and then the mom.
Who brings their mom? If your mom is in the club, you should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
What-
There's a certain age cap even for
Oh.
single men and women to not go to the club.
Quick story inside of 10 seconds.
Yes.
I'm in Vegas. Everything happens in Vegas. I'm with 2 of my friends from back home. We're out here from Miami. We get grabbed walking out of the hotel by some girls getting into an open limo. They're like, you and you, let's go. We're
Fine.
like, absolutely. We jump in the limo. There's like 8 girls in the limo
Nice.
and a mom. And I'm like,
Was it a bachelorette party?
It was one of the girls' birthday party, and the mom was fronting the bill for everybody.
Oh.
And she was also a part of the festivities. And she was actually really cool, but it's still kind of like, I'm very respectful. So I
You're a
can't.
gentleman.
Yeah.
You're
Mom,
like, I can't lay it down in front of your mother. I'm
Mom's
sorry.
kryptonite, dude. You can't. I can't. My powers. I can't use. What do I do with my hands right now? I can't touch you. I don't know. Your mom.
You're like, which one are you related to?
Right.
I'm gonna talk to her.
For real.
Oh my goodness! But it's funny because as they're comparing the whole who got whose number, they're like, "Well, Bruce, you didn't get any," and he's like, and you woke up the beast.
Oh
and
yeah.
His
He's totally
his
offended.
finger on Tom's face, like
Yeah.
shh, and he goes for it, and he's like hot, what did he say? Single mom from New Jersey, and he goes and he pursues Jessica,
Yeah.
and he says the creepiest thing ever. He's like, "I'm gonna bathe you."
Oh my goodness.
And then I'm going to give you the most orgasmic sex you've ever had. And trust me, my place is equipped for it.
Oh, you're gonna explode, and
And-
I'm ready for the for the explosion.
Exactly. And then I'm going to bathe you again, dress you, and
Put you in a cab and send you home.
pay for your cab,
yeah.
cab ride home. What?
Yeah, that's I don't even know how that went any further.
And we'll find out in the
Yeah.
upcoming, if it does. I will say this, and I don't know, I'm intrigued by douchey men
Oh,
on
Lord.
television. On television. I'm not saying I date him. I would do the same thing she did. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? But when they put douchey men on television, I just love it.
Because it's hilarious for TV. It's,
Even if I see that guy at the bar,
you are creeped out.
I am, as long as he's not approaching me, I'm entertained because I'm the girl who's sitting at the bar alone,
Okay.
enjoying my burger or my pizza, watching that guy trying to lay it down.
But you're able to handle something like that. You're able to be secure in yourself, deal with the guy that's being kind of douchey and funny and weird, and still, get on with life and kind of dismiss him maybe later, have some fun with him, back and forth and some banter, and then, okay, be on your way. Not all women are like that.
No, I
Yeah.
appreciate a cheesy pickup line, a really good one. There's one that I had years ago, and
Please share.
no, because it's not, there's no cursing in it, but it's just definitely, it starts with that outfit is very becoming on you. And if I were on you, fill in the rest. And I was intrigued. I'm like, did you really lay that down on me?
I like that. I don't know why I did. That was great.
Because it's
I wouldn't say
genius.
it. I would never say that.
It's a genius pickup line. And I actually talked to the guy. I'm like, first of all, you're not going anywhere with me, but I'm intrigued to find out the individual that you are. Entertain me. Please tell me who you are.
See, and that's the worst. There's the friend zone. There's the GFZ, and I think that's a bad zone too. I don't know what it's titled yet, but the entertain me, but you're getting nowhere zone is the worst. The worst place to be. I never want to be there. If
Well,
nothing's happening, please dismiss me and let me move on.
The thing is you never know what could happen. The conversation could get good, and I could be like, oh, so you're really not a douchey guy.
That's true. Oh,
Change my
man.
mind. If
But
I'm giving you the
grasping for straws.
if I'm giving you the opportunity to change my mind, take 5 minutes to do so.
I wish a girl would say that. Hey, you came across really douchey, so I'm gonna give you a chance to redeem yourself. Change my mind.
Change
Maybe
my
you'll
mind.
get some of this. And then I go,
Maybe.
okay, at least they're, I don't know. I think it's the worst zone to be in.
It's not a good zone, that's for sure.
It's kind of confusing me though about when it comes to Bruce. Bruce from first episode to now is like he's very bushy and he's super red head, gingery, and he talks about himself like he doesn't really get a lot of girls unless they're fallout drunk or something, But
I could see that.
but then he's like, they're like, hey, you haven't gotten any numbers, and he's like, oh, you've unleashed the beast. Like, I get girls,
Well, I think for him, especially in that scenario, here he is with them out. They're teaching Tom. He's being Yoda, so to speak.
Yeah.
And he really hasn't invested or focused on himself.
Yeah, they've been all Tom.
Yeah. And so I think as the episodes come through, we're going to see how many numbers he can get, if he
see.
can. And but it was really interesting because Jessica, she's already at this point. She's had the night. She's
Yeah.
had the night from hell. She's ready to close out her tab. Casey, who is so cute. I mean, how do you think, Casey, darling, you relate? We are so alike.
Yeah. Yeah.
I-
She said, I hate when they barf in your stuff. We have so much in common. I was like, dude, how many guys are throwing up and stuff for Casey?
Or Casey, she's probably like this college kid who,
Yeah.
you know, you're talking keg stand parties and
And she's such a
beer
bubble.
bongs and stuff like that. So, you know, that
She's
could
what
be
we
messy.
would classify as a bubble. There's nothing really going on majorly
Yeah.
inside her mind. So she's just like this clear, cute bubble. But guys love bubbles.
They do. Don't
They're
they?
super fun. They're super fun. So
Good to know.
yeah, well, because you don't have to work as hard. You don't have to think as much.
There's no stimulating conversation.
There's absolutely no strategy involved with a bubble.
It's a hit it and quit it kind of situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's woo!
Here's a shiny toy. I got it, and move it on.
Drop your panties and let's go.
Yeah.
It's done. And then you move on.
You see the bartender, his whole game is, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Sounds good. Okay, take it easy.
Yeah.
And then it comes back to him.
But he's also, I think, because he's more interested in somebody that's more intriguing, and we see that towards the end, how Jessica wants to close out her tab. Now her friend, her childhood
Oh,
friend,
jeez, Fab.
Fab is a little on the fabulous side. I
Yeah.
will say that.
Just her name.
She's, it's probably like Fabiana or Fabiola or something like that.
Yeah.
But her approach, she sees Jessica, she's like, oh my God, you're so red like a tomato. What? Like
There's a barrage of insults that come from her mouth.
one right after the
Yeah.
other, like so uncouth.
Her face when she said, about the kids, the dialogue about the kids, her face, just priceless. I know she's acting, but man, it was just
She's
priceless.
like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Like someone died.
Yeah, like,
It was so-
how's that working for you? She's like, raising my kids? Actually,
She's
it's
like,
great.
my son's 8 years old. Oh, all those years.
She's a party girl.
Yeah,
She's
she
a
is.
party girl who doesn't like that type of responsibility.
Sure.
And she has no shame in sharing it.
And she's actually would be classified as just a slightly older bubble. There's really nothing going on.
Nice.
And she's very easy, very shiny toy. I can do whatever I want. She looked at the bartender. She's like, I would let him degrade me.
And I love Jessica's response. She's like it's nothing new. Like,
Yeah, you're way past that. You were doing that back when you were Casey's age.
exactly. But you've been there, done that, and they've all done you. But it's funny because just the things that she's saying. She's like, "Let me pay for the check."
Yeah.
And she's on welfare, and
Oh, my
she needs to
goodness.
save money for her kids, and buy them bread. What?
I think part of that was the quick little competition that happens.
Yeah.
Here comes hot bartender. Hey, can I get you guys a drink? And she's like, I gotta sandbag my friend or best friend or whatever she is, childhood friend.
Yeah.
And elevate myself really quickly. So she just undercut her,
Yeah, she did.
like from every angle. Jeez.
I don't think I even noticed it in that way.
Yeah.
She wanted the bartender. She found her way in.
Yep. And she was like, oh no, welfare, kids. She said everything that would be like a no-go
Yeah.
for a hot guy.
But Jessica's wearing this hot red dress,
And she
her
looks
hair-
way better than Fab.
Oh, big time. And
Yeah.
and it's interesting because at that point, Jessica, when Fab goes to take her phone call from her friend that has malaria, and how awesome is that? Oh, like
It's that really I don't know what to call those women.
the next time I'm at a bar, I'm just gonna sit and be like, bubble, bubble,
Yeah,
bubble.
there are a lot of bubbles.
Bubble,
The
bubble.
girls that what would you classify the girls that like to be sick because they're going to lose weight?
Oh,
You know what I'm
sad.
saying? Those girls who say that, oh, I feel like I'm getting sick. Well, at least I'm going to lose weight, girl. I'm like, that's never those girls.
Those girls. Eek.
There's a lot of them out here in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not me. I like pizza and I like cheeseburgers. Anyhow,
And
well,
her Instagram is
it's all food too. I take pictures of my food. So anyhow, we see that Dominic now comes, up to her to see if she wants another drink. Jessica wants another drink. And pretty much, he was like, he says exactly what she wanted to hear.
What she needed to hear.
Yes.
She needed to hear that
She
tonight.
did after this night. Like, first Ron and now Fab and then Casey.
Yeah.
And here comes hot Dominic,
Yep.
who is just like, I really like your dress.
Boom. Golly, it's so easy, guys.
Bartenders are
Guys,
good
you're
like that.
doing too much. It's not that Dominic is hotter than you. You're just doing too much.
Yep. Less is more. You want us to wear less? You need to come on less.
Ooh. Girl,
I know.
play that song again. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's funny because they end the show saying, who knows why we take a chance?
Yeah.
And, and it's the fact that someone like Liv, who is very safe, now decides she wants to take a chance. And we see that with all the characters. Jessica takes a chance by staying at the bar and having another drink so she could be engaged by Dominic.
Sure.
And now Bruce is taking a chance by approaching Jessica.
Who's kind of semi above his level.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then we see that Tom does finally send Maya the blue Hawaiian.
Sure.
And I mean, she's so exotic and hot. I can't wait to have her in next week. I really can't.
I'm just gonna sit quietly in the corner.
It's the way she like moves her hair and takes a sip of the drink, and
Oh,
it's
man.
perfect. And it gives Liv that confidence to go and chase Ron outside of the bar and say, you know what, let's have that drink.
Sure.
Because it's all about taking risks. And what did they say at the end? We want to feel something that we've never felt before.
Yeah.
And
Maya's even taking that chance with Tom. She took that chance already.
it's flattering. when
And
a
she's
man-
cutely smiling
She is.
more than once
She is.
about the little awkward but cute moves that Tom is making.
They can be endearing.
She's feeling
You
it.
never know what will attract someone.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You never know. It's a wink. It's a smile. It's well, you can't be too much of a vag.
Sure,
You
sure.
it's your approach and being cool, calm, and collective. And we see these characters are doing that. And it'll be interesting to see where the show goes.
Absolutely.
So sh-
I think Maya likes that Tom is always himself. He's not trying to be anything.
No.
He's always himself, and you got to respect it.
Yeah.
So he may be winning. All right, that's all I'm saying on that. Never thought that would ever work. Don't do it, Maya. Wait for me.
Shall we get into some predictions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
And
Oh.
now, your AfterBuzz TV.
So what do you think's gonna happen?
Oh man, what's gonna happen? What is gonna happen? Shoot. Well, yeah. Who should I talk about? I don't know. This all happens in one day, which keeps blowing my mind again after I watch it.
Well, here's a little touch of what's supposed to happen next
Okay.
week. Just a little.
Yeah.
The episode next week's going to be called Bruce and Jessica, so we're going to see more interaction between the two of them. And, Jessica's going to keep shooting him down, at least for as long as we know, but that could change.
I predict that Bruce will not get Jessica.
Oh, no. She's definitely, I think she is going to, Dominic's going to hit that.
I agree.
New Jersey mom needs some loving from the hot bartender
Yeah.
who said exactly what needed to be said. Not, I'm going to wash you down, bathe you, and bathe you again after orgasmic sex, and then stick you in a car.
Bathe should never be said in an exchange
No.
when you first meet a woman.
No.
Bathe is just not involved
You
in
can't
that
even
conversation.
say, like, let's go to my hot tub the first time we meet. No.
None of that. Nothing.
It's obvious you want to see me naked.
Right. What are you talking about? Oh
Like,
my
no.
gosh.
So,
Anyway, yeah.
Do you guys think Jess might help Bruce become a better guy? Or be able to find something? I don't know, there's something about his character that seems like it's missing or that he's not comfortable with, and do you think she might put that together for him?
maybe.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
You should turn your mic on so we can all hear what you're saying.
I did, didn't I?
No, here you go.
Yeah,
Oh.
there you are.
Oh, hey.
Hi,
So that's weird. I'm
Maria.
sorry, guys. Did you hear the question, or do I need?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess everybody's been kind of learning from each other and evolving in themselves. So I think this is now Bruce's
Someone's
test.
going to take him in. Someone's definitely going to take him in. Is it going to be Jessica?
Because he's kind of a stray dog.
You know, I was thinking puppy dog.
Yeah.
Just a messy puppy dog that you want to brush his hair and put some
Right.
clean clothes on him, spray him with some cologne, and call it a day.
Ugh.
Guide him to, as he's trying to guide Tom, he needs some guidance himself.
Yeah.
But as far as we know from next week, there's going to be a little trouble for Liz. What
Liv.
Liv. What that trouble is yet to be known. I mean, it could be
I'm actually scared for her because Ron obviously takes advantage of women's pockets
Yes.
or their finances, I should say. So I'm a little nervous for her.
I am too.
She's in over her head.
My prediction for her, though, is I have a feeling that Jim, the very I'm at home with devious maids on the DVR waiting for you, decides to come out and she's making out with Ron in the bar.
What?
That's
I'm just
my
going to piggyback
prediction.
on your prediction. I like that.
Right? It sounds
That makes
fun.
for an awesome
You
show.
just never know. A cocktail, inhibitions get loose, and then all of a sudden, bam!
Here comes Jim. And Jim's like, what's up?
What do
Get your
you,
hands off my woman.
but the thing is, he's not that kind of guy.
He's not.
So it's just, it could ruin. I don't see invitations going out the
I
next
agree.
day.
I agree with you. I like this. The writers of this show are genius. I'm
Yes.
having a great time. Thank y'all for making this.
I'm hoping to see more of Creepy Carl.
Yeah.
And as far as Maya and Tom are concerned, I think that Maya's going to be Tom's best wingman.
Okay.
I think she's going to take him in as like, you're sweet and I really want you to succeed at getting some. And so that's who I think is going to take someone in.
I think she might give him some just on the pity tip.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Oh,
he's
that
going to
could
get it.
lead to a whole stalkerish situation.
I think he's going to get it. I think he's going to get Maya.
Oh, I don't know. What do you guys think? Go to iTunes, download us, rate us, subscribe to our podcast here at Mixology, and let us know what you think, where these characters are going, and what's going to happen next.
Yeah, just hit
who's
us
going
up.
to do who, and who's going to leave with who, and
And
who's
why?
going to barf in someone else's bag. And download us on iTunes. Rate 5 stars.
Yes.
Comment. You can also listen to us and watch us on YouTube, which is great. I'll be posting it tomorrow on my Facebook page and on our Twitters and stuff.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. You can get a really cool podcast application on your phone and organize them, and you can buzz with us anywhere you're at. So let us know what you think. You can follow us here at AfterBuzz on at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter. You can also hang out with us on Facebook.
Whoop, whoop.
And you can follow me, Miriam L. Gonzalez, on Twitter, and Miriam G1 on Instagram.
G1, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a G6.
Like a G6.
Yeah.
And you can follow your boy. I'm Stefan. I am more fire is where I am.
it.
I am more fire. Follow me.
I
Holla.
love it. Well, until next week, we will see you and buzz with you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.